Okay, go ahead and get started. This meeting is meeting the school board in public for the purpose of conducting school corporation's business. It is not to be considered a public community meeting. There may be time for public participation as indicated by agenda item or as directed by the president. Meeting site is fully accessible. Any person requiring further accommodations should contact the superintendent at the school corporation central office. The meeting will be electronically recorded and will be kept on file in the superintendent's office. Copy of the audio recording will also be available on the NLCS website. Website address is www.nlcs.k12.in.us. Go ahead and call the meeting to order. We have all members in attendance, including Mrs. Collier via Zoom. Go ahead and rise, uncover, say the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3, review for approval minutes, executive session memorandum from January 21st, 2021, executive session memorandum from February 4th, 2021. Mr. Gerges makes the motion in a second.
Second.
Mr. Longrick seconds the motion. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same. Thank you. Item D, persons to address the board relative to the agenda. Seeing none, moving on. Item E, claims and payroll. Mrs. Rome.
Thank you, Mr. President. Claims and payroll since our last board meeting. We have total of $5,552,341.15. Seeking your approval for those claims and payroll.
Get a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Bailey makes the motion. Ms. Miller seconds the motion. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item F, curriculum. Mrs. Denton.
Just update, we have a pandemic and a blizzard this school year, as you know. So just our teachers and our students continue to roll with the challenges. We have been featuring on our Facebook page some of the things from the Create Your Own Adventure virtual learning day that the elementary students have been doing, and they have been doing some fun things. I've seen some snowballs, or I'm sorry, some snow writing and practicing their math facts, and some learning about shapes. And share some now. Our preschool students brought some snow inside as the community program has still been coming, and they are hopefully enjoying this, and hopefully we get back in person very, very soon. But they were identifying different shapes by building a snowman there. So Blooms has been a great communication tool that we put in place after the pandemic last year. Kind of every school had something different. So this has been a great common communication tool that every elementary school has for teachers and parents to communicate. Ready to see some normalcy.
Thank you. Any questions for Maggie? Thank you. Item G, personnel. Mrs. Winsett.
Thank you. First up, I have an administrative contract extension for Steve Underwood, NLCS Safety and Custodial Coordinator to a 30-day contract extension for 1 year. I bring that to you for your approval.
Get a motion to approve.
Motion.
Mr. Gerges makes the motion in a second.
Second.
Mr. Bailey seconds the motion. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have new hires under certified. This group has been contracted through joint services, and now we would like to make those NLCS employees. Danielle Bifufo, occupational therapist. Terry Wagner, occupational therapist. Robin Beretta, physical therapist. Judy Cross, physical therapist, PRN. Karen Sims, physical therapist assistant, and Jennifer Southern, physical therapist assistant. Under administrative assistants, Cameron Blackburn in benefits and payroll. Azalea McMahon under administrative assistant for benefits and payroll. Under instructional assistants, we have Heather Carroll and Sydney Likens, one at Olytic and one at Lincoln. And for maintenance and custodial, we have Matthew Higgs, who's been working for us at Olytic, but we just failed to get him on the board agenda back in September. So I bring those to you for your approval.
Get a motion to approve.
Motion.
Mr. Gerges makes the motion in a second.
Second.
Mr. Miller seconds the motion. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same. Thank you.
Thank you. Under transfers, you're certified. We have Jenna Clark transferring from Career Pathways Coordinator to Empire Virtual Director as of March 1st. And Alexandria Huddleston transferring from VNL Counselor to Empire Counselor as of March 1st. And for support staff, Stacy Leach transferring from Shawswick Elementary Resource Instructional Assistant to Olytic Campus Super Sub. And that is as of February 19th. Bring those to you for your approval.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Mr. Swabrick makes the motion in a second.
Second.
Mr. Gerges seconds the motion. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same. Thank you.
Thank you. Quite a lot under extracurricular. Middle school, Dwayne Higgs for head wrestling coach, Travis Hutchinson, boys golf, Ryan Thompson, assistant wrestling coach, Adam Young, head swimming coach for BMS, Kurt Albee, girls track, Ed Cobb, boys track, OMS, Michael Gilbert, boys track, Barbara Miller, girls track. At BNL, Joni Stigall, girls tennis coach, Jason Stigall, assistant girls tennis coach. Softball, Brad Gilbert as the head softball coach, and his assistants will be Bailey Beasley, Shelby England, Chris Anderson, and DJ West. Brett Decker for boys track coach, Jim Lewis for girls track coach, and the assistants will be Jill Vance, Jason Webb, and Donnie Lambert. Baseball, Jeff Callahan, head coach, and his assistants will be Reggie Jocelyn, Dwayne Higgs, and Dennis Kissinger. And for unified track, Michael Branham for the head unified track coach. And I bring those to you for your approval.
The motion to approve.
Motion.
Mr. Gerges makes the motion in a second.
Second.
Mr. Bradley seconds the motion. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same. Thank you.
Thank you. One more item for your approval is Jennifer Hart at Needmore Elementary is requesting a personal leave beginning on March 19th through the end of this academic year. I bring that to you for your approval.
Motion to approve.
Motion. Second.
Got a motion, Mr. Gerges, second by Mr. Bailey. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same. Thank you, Christie.
Thank you. And resignations for certified, we have Lindsay Bailey resigning as our Director of Special Education, Steve Weber resigning as our head football coach at BNL. Under support, Mac Bartlett resigning as BNL freshman baseball coach, and Lori Lefevre, Shawswick Elementary Instructional Assistant, Misty Taylor resigning as a Olytic Campus Health Aide. And then medical leave, Elizabeth Rebecca requesting medical leave, and those are for information items. Thank you.
Thank you. Item H, general.
First, I would like to take this time to just give thanks to our maintenance and all of our custodial staff. Obviously, the last couple of weeks, we've done a tremendous amount of snow removal and at all of our buildings, and I think they've all went above and beyond. I know Mr. Zalman's here and just keeping our buildings safe. We had a great time hosting the volleyball, girls basketball regional and boys basketball, which obviously were pretty large events that we had to get BNL ready for. And I just can't say enough about everyone that has pitched in, and we did receive, I will forward those to you, but some nice comments and emails on behalf of the IHSA and some an email just thanking Mr. Callahan for hosting the event and what a nice job he did. So wanted to share that with everyone. For your approval tonight, first up, I'm requesting approval from the board for NLCS to apply for a waiver with the state to look at getting credit for some of our days that we had at the beginning of the year to limit adding additional school days for our students at the end of the school year. And this is a resolution that we bring to you tonight just to give us the authority to apply for the waiver with the state.
Get a motion to approve.
I'll move.
Mr. Lambert makes the motion in a second.
Second.
Mr. Gerges seconds the motion. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same. Thank you.
Next up, requesting board's approval to amend an agreement. We've been working with Versatran. This is our routing software for all of our buses. It will give access to all of our school secretaries, but this is some funding to put GPS on some of our buses, primarily our special needs buses and other buses that leave that we would use for extracurricular events, and kind of starts that process. Just request the board's approval for us to proceed. This will come out of the transportation that was within their budget. So
The motion to approve. Mr. Miller makes the motion in a second.
I'll second it.
Mr. Lambert seconds the motion. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same. Thank you.
last up, requesting board's approval, all school districts in Indiana, we go through an E-rate proposal system for our internet access, and we've put that out to bid. 5-Star has assisted us with that process. The good news is we have about 50% savings. Obviously, we don't have as many facilities that we will be taking the internet to. So we'll start to see some savings from that. And I bring this to you tonight for that approval.
The motion to approve. Mr. Bennett makes the motion. Second. Mr. Gerges seconds the motion. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same. Thank you.
And that basically takes us from where we were spending about $80,000 a year down to $40,000. It's ballpark cost on that savings. The only other information I just wanted to share, House Bill 1005 is a bill that is being proposed in the state legislature that is advocating for taking public school funds and reallocating it to education savings accounts. I know our local Teachers Association has voiced concerns along with ISDA, and I know the Superintendent's Association and the School Boards Association. We've all addressed concerns that we feel taking funds from our public school funds and allocating that. These are funds that would be given to individuals where they would, a lot like our health savings account, you would have to have an education savings account, and then you could use that to go to a private school. I don't possibly see that impacting us as much as some of the other communities, but I think obviously being a strong public school advocate, I just wanted to share that this evening, and I'll be sharing some information with you. I will be meeting with our state representative, Chris May, and our state senator, Eric Cook. I did receive our first financial run that they have shared with me, and we'll be meeting some tomorrow with Mrs. Roan, and also scheduled some time to visit as well with Dr. Harmon, just looking at those future impacts and how that plays out for our district. So it's an interesting time, and I think over the next few months, but just wanted to share that we are watching that. We have that run, and you know, I'll be sharing that information. We'll know a little more in March. Obviously, we will not know the full impact until the state legislature passes and approves the state budget. And then more importantly, really, until we know how many students we have next school year on how that plays out. But I think overall, we are starting to see, in next month, I'll be able to share some information as we close out the 2020 school year, a little bit where we ended, and that we are starting to see progress in our budget. We know that we're not overspending as much as we were. We were in a little bit of a surplus of over $1 million in deficit spending historically. And so we'll be able to share some of that. It is a little difficult to know exactly, because obviously we have received some CARES Act money and other additional funding that probably in the future, we don't anticipate that much funding being there, and how that plays out. Obviously, some of that funding has went to lots of items that have been additional cost, either in some equipment, cleaning equipment, PPE equipment, you know, lots of different things, hotspots, technology, everything that you know, we've done to best meet the needs of our students. So I just kind of wanted to give you an update on that and what we have moving ahead. So, and the last thing that I have, which is probably on everybody's mind, that North Lawrence Community Schools will be on a 2-hour delay tomorrow. And you heard it here first. So we'll send a message out later this evening, but
Better get this meeting.
so, yeah. So, but we were, and I tell you the other thing, and I've talked several times over the last couple of weeks with David Holmes with the Lawrence County Highway Department and the city, and I mean, everybody's, they've worked a lot of hours, and Mr. Holmes is very good when I, you know, share a road or share a concern, and he never says that I'm bothering him. He always appreciates the inputs, but we have a lot of roads to cover in the area, but we were able to drive some this afternoon, and I've visited with all the area superintendents and everyone, so it'll be nice to get back in school tomorrow.
So I know there's a lot that goes into, you know, canceling or a delay or whatever, but I think there has been some question, and you just briefly mentioned some of those. I mean, obviously working with what goes into that. I mean, it's not just, you know, we're driving, it's bus drivers, it's getting input from lots of.
You know, I think foremost, you know, the first thing we have to decide if our school facilities are ready. And, you know, and depending when that snow hits and the capabilities, we understand, and we had some difficulties with the county going red. We had many employees that were not at work. And we did get a lot of melting on Tuesday, but we had 3 schools that just, we weren't ready for students. And I think to do a 2-hour delay on Wednesday, we were probably very close to being able to do that. But unfortunately, the county was red and we didn't have a lot of employees, and our own facilities just weren't where they needed to be. But obviously, it's a lot with our own maintenance and custodial. And I visit numerous times with Mr. Zalman and Mr. Underwood, and then obviously with the county as well. And that varies. A couple of weeks or last week, it was unfortunate that we had some trucks that went down in the county, and that obviously, has an impact, maybe not on the portion of the county where that individual lives and the road looks good and we should be going, but when you have other parts of the county. And so we do visit, a lot. At times it's a little bit. We'll also communicate with Sheriff Branham is very good, and more so just, hey, the number of slide offs we're getting in the county, it's not a good morning. We're getting too many slide offs, or surprisingly, some mornings, we haven't had those slide offs reported. And I think, most importantly, we do want, whether it has been through COVID or through this weather, we always want our students at school. And if we feel that we can have our students at school, and because we know the many students, you've heard me say that we serve 10,000 meals a week, and we provide lots of meals and social and emotional support and those types of things. So, but a lot does go into it. And the bus drivers are very good too. We've got some very good bus drivers, and they'll go out and ride the roads and let me know. So, thank you.
Any other questions for? You mentioned Donnie. It's good to see you, Mr. Zalman. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
Yeah. I'd like to welcome the new members to the board. I thank each and every one of you for your service to the community. And if you have any questions on the maintenance side of the facilities, feel free to contact me on any questions. Yeah, we're moving forward on a lot of projects for this spring, summer. Excuse me. So
You guys have been very busy, and obviously with the
buildings,
with the
closing
buildings,
and
and
the
then
snow.
obviously with the snow. So great job.
All right. Thank you.
Persons to address the board. Seeing none. Item J, closing business. Upcoming meetings. There'll be an executive session at 5:15 p.m. on Thursday, March 4th, 2021 at the NLCS Administration Building. There'll be an executive session at 5:15 p.m. and a regular session at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, March 18th, 2021 at the NLCS Administration Building. Adjournment. Take a motion to adjourn. Mr. Gervis makes a motion. Mr. Bailey seconds the motion. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Thank you.